What up? It's your homie Twitty, and I'm back at it with another reaction. So, Ness DM'd me and asked me if I would react to something, and, I like hearing new bands, I like hearing different stuff. Ness has never steered me wrong, so check out Lord of the Lost. The song is called Priest. I noticed that they're also on Napalm Records, so it's kind of right up my alley. I mean, I listen to Cradle of Filth and a couple other bands that are on Napalm, so check it out. Lord of the Lost, Priest. Pull it up here on the screen for you, and I got my lyrics right here. Let's see what this is about. Epic build up. I don't know, like, is it like a style, like, 'cause like you see, he has like, I don't know if that's just a tattoo on his neck or if that's like a Nordic symbol or like a symbol of some kind. The drums and the singing in the background also give me like Nordic vibes. It's running from a bunch of women in cloaks. I've never heard of this band, so like I have no clue like what's going on right now. So it's pretty interesting though. It definitely captured me from the moment that I started watching.
From a million drying lakes.
Okay. I don't know that I expected him to sound like that, but that's cool.
From a million drying lakes, I have cried the tears of none. Empty shivers calling for my time far undone. I assume that there is no one that can find my peace of mind. They assume that I am guilty, but guilt I see none.
He has a very powerful voice. Like as soon as he came in, like it fills the space. Like I don't know what it is about his voice that just it captured me for a minute there. I didn't want to stop. He said, "From a million drying lakes, I have cried the tears of none." So I wonder if he's saying that he doesn't cry, or if he's crying tears for those who the unsung heroes. I don't know. I don't know exactly how to take that one. That's different, because it's almost like, is he being bold and being like, I've never cried, like macho, or like is he saying that he's crying the people who haven't cried? Because he said from a million drying lakes, so obviously there's water around, right? Huh. And he said empty shivers calling for my time far undone. So he's saying like there's things coming at him, but they're hollow, because he's not done yet. His time's not coming to an end yet. So because he says far, he even says far undone. So like he's speculating that it's gonna be longer time. Very interesting. Like I like the style. Like, and I'm wondering, is this? I mean, it's Napalm Records, so I mean, I assume it would be some sort of metal or something. But I could almost just be content with just this.
That I am guilty, but guilt I see none.
Oh, did I skip? Oh shit, I think I skipped.
The tears of none. Empty shivers calling for my time far I assume that there is no one that can find my peace of mind. They assume that I am guilty, but guilt I see none.
So he said, I assume that there is no one that can find my peace of mind. So there's no one that thinks like me. There's no one that can help me find my own peace. I feel like he's talking about things like that. And then he says, they assume that I am guilty, but guilt I see none. So, like, they're assuming that I am a bad person, but I don't see myself as a bad person. You know, um, I think people get things really confused, man, because like, good people don't have to just be around, clergy and other members and things like that. Um, hey, hold on one second. Okay. So, yeah, sorry, I had to answer the door. But so I was just basically talking about like, people assume that, good people only hang around other good people and like members of the church because like they talk about Jesus and like in the Bible and like everybody's always like, well, they used to think that he was weird, because like he wouldn't want to hang out with the members of the church and everything like that. He was hanging out with, you know, derelict people like the sinners, the gamblers, the taxmen, the whores, everybody that, you know, he needed to save. Those are the people that he was trying to show. And they're like, no, you should be hanging out with like bishops and priests and all that stuff. And he was like, but why? If you guys are so clean and I don't have to save you, like why? Like I need to go where people need me. Um, because I mean the song's called Priest, so like I figure that that's kind of what he's alluding to. Like I'm not gonna put words in his mouth. We'll figure it out as we go. But yeah, that's like that was just my take on that last verse. So let's get back into it. I'm really enjoying this so far.
Assume that I am guilty, but guilt I see none. I was born to be a traitor.
Okay, I really like that switch, dude. That switch was really nice. Priest.
I am guilty.
I hear that again.
Guilt I see none. I was born to be a traitor, invidious to the core. I betrayed to be the savior in times to come and times of yore. The fallen traitor hiding when all is said and done. The crown deserves its right king.
I really dig sleeves that have thumb holes like that. I used to do that to all my hoodies when I was a kid. But so it's priest, and then he said, I was born to be a traitor, invidious to the core. So he's saying, what does invidious mean? Look up invidious, shall we? Sounds like a good idea, right? Can't be going in these things not knowing what he's talking about. If I see big words, I must know. So invidious says, move it here. It says likely to arouse or incur resentment or anger in others. So he's saying invidious, of course. So okay, so he because he's different, because he, you know, he's not like them. They resent him and they're angered by him. He said, I betrayed to be the savior in times to come, in times of yore. So what does your exactly mean? Sorry, like I hate being a person that has to look up every definition, but at the same time I kind of want to know. Long ago or former times. Okay, so it's like used for nostalgic or mock nostalgic. Okay. Um so I betrayed to be the savior. So like essentially he's the martyr, he's the scapegoat, you know. Um but he's in the being the scapegoat, he's the savior. And he said, in times to come, in times of yore, so in, times to come and times past. He said, the fallen traitor hiding when all is said and done. A crown deserves its right king in the shadow of the sun. Hmm. And I mean, with the name Lord of the Lost, I mean, you assume that has like a dark meaning to it, or it has just like a the duality purpose of like obviously there's a light and there's a dark, there's a yin, there's a yang. So obviously, he's a priest of the shadow, and he's just saying that a crown deserves its king. So each side should have its king in the shadow of the sun. All right. Not exactly sure what his intention behind that is. I mean, obviously, he's almost essentially kind of saying that he's like a missionary of the shadows, and he's a king of. See where it goes. I mean, that song's pretty long, so.
I was born to be a traitor.
Sorry, I'm gonna enjoy this one more time.
Invidious to the core, I betrayed to be the savior in times to come, in times of yore. The fallen traitor hiding when all is said and done. The crown deserves its right king in the shadow of the sun.
So he's saying, hold on, my love. We're all at fault. So he's saying, hold on a minute. No one owns your heart. So no one owns you. There's nothing that, and I mean, that is a belief, and that is, something that's in other forms of spirituality, and stuff like that. Is like we're our own gods, we're our own keepers, we're our own people. Like we are the gods of our universe, and like what we put into it is what we create in our lives, and stuff like that. There's many forms of spirituality that are like that, and I totally dig it, because he's talking about no one owns your heart. Don't follow blind. We're all at fault. We all feel guilty. We all feel like there's this burden, but don't fall for everything, and don't follow blindly, and he said no one turns your mind, like, because, and like I think that's where like my disconnect with a lot of like Christianity and like Catholicism and stuff like that is because like God seems to be like, especially in Catholicism, God seems to be like this really domineering, overbearing, like, you must do as I say, and there's a lot of fear in it, and that's why I always pushed and fought back against, was because I just didn't want to be afraid, um there's definitely other religions that are very fear based, and they're old religions that date way back, because that was just the way. I have no clue why that was the method, but I mean it's kind of community control when you think about a lot of old stuff. But he said break your priest. So yeah, break it. Break the chains that are holding you. Keep going. I'm really digging this. And like I said, I knew Ness never disappoints me with music. Ness always gives me great music suggestions. So let's keep going.
I assume that there is no one that can find my peace of mind. assume that I am guilty, but guilt I see none. The holy fist of justice became too tired to fight.
I really like the quality of the music in the background as well. Like, like the bass and the drums, and it's very industrial, with that gothic blend, and I really always adore that style. And I can just really appreciate a good singer who just has a good attention grabbing voice. Like, I don't know what it is about this guy's voice, but like it grabs my attention and it wants me to make me listen. I just want to listen to everything. So if I'm not, if I see just like I'm staring into it, I'm definitely into it, bro.
Came too tired to fight, and Jesus, he knows me, and he knows I am right.
So he said, the holy fist of justice became too tired to fight. And so he's like essentially saying that, like, I broke free of these things. Like, I won. I went all 5 rounds. And they became too tired to fight me anymore. Jesus even knows who I am, and he knows that I'm right. And that's the thing, man. Like, I could get into a whole crazy ass discussion about, like, stuff about religion and stuff like that. And like, they talk about like the gap in the Bible, and like, how Jesus actually went like over to India, and he was like with monks and stuff. Like, there's this whole crazy history that could have possibly, I don't know. I'm not a fucking scholar who studies all this stuff. Don't crucify me. Like, but I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of crazy stuff out there, man. Like, if you really start digging into history. And like, I don't really think that like Jesus was he wasn't a bad dude. And I mean, like, I could believe that he's a real guy. I just don't know if I believe that he's the son of God. Like, that's my disconnect with Christianity and all that stuff, because they shun me because I don't know. And it's like, I just don't. It just all seems a little bit hard, to believe at times. And, no, not knocking anybody, man. You believe what you want to believe and everything like that. I believe that, there is something, and it's loving, and it's the universe. Like, I just believe in the universe, dude. Like, so I almost believe in what he's talking about, as far as like, we are the gods of our own reality. Like, if you really want to break it down, because we are the ones that perceive things the way that we do. Everybody's perception is different. Everybody perceives the world a different way, and it's because of them. They are the gods of their own reality. And I mean, yeah, there's mental factors and stuff that play into other people's realities and stuff like that too, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about the you know the majority of, like, you control how you perceive the world. Like, because there's always stupid cliche things that you hear, like, you can press the restart button at any time. And I always used to be like, fuck you, like, whatever, it's not true. But I mean, it is true, because you're the one that decides to be mad about whatever it is that you're mad about. And I know I've probably gone off on a long tangent and a long rant, but I miss doing this. And yeah, thanks for sticking around, guys. If you're new here, yeah, I rant sometimes. Hit like, hit subscribe, check out some of my old videos, drop some reactions, let me know what you want to see. Check out all sorts of stuff that people ask me to check out, and I'm glad that I do, because I hear some pretty interesting songs like this one right here. Let's get back into it.
Fist of justice became too tired to fight, and Jesus, he knows me, and he knows I am right.
But I mean, what I was saying though is, like, I can agree with this guy's whole thing. Like, he's talking about and praising stepping away from, and not being a sheep, and being someone who actually is aware and has awareness. And Like that's just the thing. There's so many people that are clueless because they're just not aware of what's around them, you know. And I think that has a lot to do with just the way the world is today and just the way we are being hardwired, you know. It's said, I've really, and I know it's always sounds so hypocritical because I mean, I make reactions, I stream, I do all sorts of stuff on the internet and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I love meeting everybody on the internet and I love, learning new things, checking out music, all that stuff. But like, sometimes it's good to remember to take a moment and look around you and just see the beauty around you, you know. And I know that's not the case for everybody sometimes, but I I hope, and from what I know with my own experience, everything comes in cycles. If you're going through a bad time right now, a good time is eventually coming. I can't tell you when it's going to come, but it'll come when you need it to, like right when you need it to. I've always like, because I mean, you want to be like, I always feel like, it's like everything's accused to be this the worst thing ever, this, that, and the other. But I don't know, like if I really look back, I mean, like I've been at my breaking point a couple times. I've been at a point where like I don't think that I can go any further, but like I made it that far and then things got better and I survived, So we are definitely more resilient than we give ourselves credit for sometimes. So remember that. Priest. That's really, really melodic and beautiful. I have to hear that one more time. Hold on, I didn't go far enough back. Okay, so I was like kind of a little because like I always think sometimes that I should just do like the lyric reactions separate to stuff that certain people send to me because like the lyrical content is so deep on some of these songs that I get so sucked into the lyrics that I don't pay attention to the video, But like I was paying attention to the video and I do see that like he took her to safety, shared his wisdom with her, and now she's breaking her priest, she's breaking the people that are overbearing, that are keeping her down, And we've talked about it over and over again, man. Free yourself from those things and just create your own happiness. You're the god of your reality. Hope you're having a good day. I really do. And if it's not, I hope it gets better. Keep on rolling. I can really appreciate how like just a little bit ago too it kicked into an acoustic because like they all have electric guitars and stuff like that. And then there was an acoustic guitar all of a sudden randomly, when he was whoa 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 is like playing in the background, and I was like, It was so great. It was such a great switch. It brought like, cause like that's like a heavy, like, cause right now it feels like heavy, and it's like there's a lot of epicness in the background, and then his voice, just this powerful voice on top of it, and then it all just dropped down into this melancholy, mellow, just mood all of a sudden. Like that is a crazy switch. How do you do that in songs? Like, but it's just it works so well. What happened? Uh-oh. Ah. It's a whole choir. Okay, so it's an upside down. That's what's on his neck. It's an upside down cross that kind of goes off to the side. I mean, that was dope. I'm blown away by that for real. Like, I enjoyed that a lot. Ness, like I said, Ness never steers me wrong, and like I really appreciate that one. Ness, you know, definitely a band that I want to check out more of. So drop some more down below, for me to check out from Lord of the Lost. I I really enjoyed that, man. It was great, musically and lyrically, and even the content of the video and everything like that. I loved it all, and it was really deep. And tell me what you think about this song. Drop your thoughts down below. I have always said this, and I will stick by this, that lyrics are subjective and they're different to each individual person that interprets them. So, for real, drop yours down below. Let me know what you think about this song, what it's even done for you. Has it helped you break maybe some chains? Has it made you reevaluate some things in your life? Drop it below, man. I want to know. I hope you guys all have a kick ass day. I hope you guys have a kick ass week into a kick ass weekend, and you be excellent to one another, my friends. Be easy. Later.